What happened with the lady you went with, which you kissed and you wanted to do cartwheels?
So that was a story in the book. I went out with a girl and was so excited to see her. I felt like doing cartwheels in the parking lot. I can't remember which girl it was or which story though.
Oh.
Is that all he said?
Yeah, he wanted to know what happened with that person.
I don't know which story he's referring to.
I must have been multiple cartwheels with different girls then if you don't remember.
I'm an innocent child of God. Someday I'm hoping to get to first base.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'll get a little kissy poo. But what I will say is some of those earlier stories, especially girls that I was in my 20s, that were, I'll
Mm.
tell you what, man, father time is not kind. If you do not take care of your body, if you don't do cardio and you don't do weight training and your diet sucks, by the time you get to be my age, it's like I have so many people I grew up with that I knew since like elementary school, and guys and girls both. Girls were just absolutely stunning.
Mhm.
And now it's like, what the fuck happened? They've just totally destroyed their bodies.
They peaked in high school.
Yeah, that in our early 20s. And it
Peaked
was
in
all
college.
downhill after that.
Yeah.
That's sad though, because father time comes for all. But, especially when you neglect your body, man, you get to be your 40s, 50s.
Yeah. I
It's a
mean,
disaster.
genetics too. I feel like genetics play a role. Like some people are more prone to cellulite. So,
Well, if it's interesting if you look at video, because there's a bunch of accounts on Twitter that take video from like 100 years ago or even 50 years ago or even the 1970s or 80s.
mm-hmm.
And what you notice is everybody's thin.
Mm-hmm.
Fat people were the anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to in high school, I think we had about 250 people in our graduating class.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there were maybe 5 or 6 people that were, fat or really, they were overweight
Yeah.
significantly. But most everybody else looked great. Now, you get the average teenager or high schooler, they're overweight, they're out of shape, they got no muscle tone. It doesn't look like they've ever once exercised. Even when they were kids, it doesn't look like they even played outside or did anything
Yeah.
to develop any kind of muscle tone. And statistically, the numbers are that 74% of all Americans are either overweight or obese.
Yeah.
And just go anywhere in public where there's a lot of people and do a pan filming video of just everybody you see, and then look
Mm-hmm.
at video even from the 1980s
Yeah.
or even the early 1990s and anything before that. Everybody was thin.
It's also because of not in today's age, we're doing so much like fast food and like processed food that it's
Lots of sugar, lots of
quick
carbs.
and easy. And back then, I feel like people used to eat natural, healthy, like real food. And now the government doesn't care what they're selling to you. We don't even know what kind of meat we're eating anymore.
And if you don't, man, you're going to pay for it later in life. And the other interesting thing about that is friends that drank a lot and drank too much and were always drinking,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like drunk in the weekends, they're drunk after work. It's a lot of them drank themselves into an early grave by their early mid 40s.
Yeah,
Just
that's a big thing too. So it like eats you from the inside to the
yeah,
out. It
it
like
definitely shortens your life.
sucks you up. Like
Yeah, I've seen that happen with several of my friends I grew up with. It's
mm.
sad.